Good morning friends. Today, we will discuss about Flanders Interaction Analysis Categories System-Based Answer. It is very important question from Unit 2. What is interaction? Ned A. Flanders defines teaching as an interactive process. Interaction means participation of teacher and students in the process of teaching. In this process, teacher influences the students also interact with the teacher. Interaction takes place among the students themselves also. It means, in the process of teaching, everybody interacts with every other person involved in the process. Teacher influences students through lecture, ask questions, criticizing, giving directions, etc. Students reacted to the teacher's lecture and questions, they give responses. It is interaction between teachers and students. What is interaction analysis? Interaction analysis is a process of encoding and decoding a pattern of interaction between the communicator and the receiver. Encoding helps in recording the events in a meaningful way, and decoding is used to arrange the data in a useful way and then analyzing the behaviors and interactions in the classroom interaction. There are 4 important techniques to observe the interaction systematically. These are 1. Flanders Interaction Analysis Categories System, FIACS. 2. Reciprocal Category System, RCS. 3. Equivalent Talk Categories, etc. 4. Verbal Interaction Category System, VICS. Flanders Interaction Analysis Technique is most suitable and widely used technique in the field of research all over the world. Characteristics of interaction analysis. 1. The classroom verbal interaction can be made more effective. 2. The teacher can increase student participation in his teaching. 3. The direct behavior of teacher may be shifted to indirect behavior, which is more suitable in democratic way of life. 4. The tape recorder and videotape can be used for recording the classroom events. The trainee can encode and decode his own behavior. 5. This technique can also be combined with other feedback devices such as microteaching and simulated teaching. Flanders Interaction Analysis Category System, FIACS. Ned A. Flanders developed a system of interaction analysis to study what is happening in a classroom when a teacher teaches. It is known as Flanders Interaction Analysis Categories System, FIACS. Flanders and others developed this system at the University of Minnesota, USA. Between 1955 and 1960, Flanders classified total verbal behavior into 10 categories. Verbal behavior comprises teacher talk, student talk, and silence or confusion. The 10 categories are mentioned as under. 1. Teacher talk 7 categories. 2. Pupil talk 2 categories. 3. Silence or confusion 1 category. Meaning of various categories. 1. Teacher talk 7 categories. A. Indirect talk. In this method of analysis, the first 4 categories represent the teacher's indirect influence. Category 1 accepts feelings. In this category, teacher accepts the feelings of the pupils. He feels himself that the pupils should not be punished for exhibiting his feelings. Feelings may be positive or negative. Category 2 praise or encouragement. Teacher praises or encourages student action or behavior. When a student gives answer to the question asked by the teacher gives positive reinforcement by saying words like good, very good, better, correct, excellent, carry on, etc. Category 3 accepts or uses ideas of pupils. It is just like first category. But in this category, the pupil's ideas are accepted only and not his feelings. If a pupil passes on some suggestions, then the teacher may repeat in nutshell in his own style or words. The teacher can say, "I understand what you mean," etc. Or the teacher clarifies, builds or develops ideas or suggestions given by a student. Category 4. Asking questions. Asking question about content or procedures based on the teacher ideas and expecting an answer from the pupil. Sometimes teacher asks the question, but he carries on his lecture without receiving any answer. Such questions are not included in this category. B. Direct talk. Next 5th to 7th categories represents the teacher's direct influence. Category 5. Lecturing lecture. Giving facts or opinions about content or procedure, expression of his own ideas, giving his own explanation, or citing an authority other than a pupil. Category 6. Giving directions. The teacher gives directions, commands or orders or initiation with which a pupil student is expected to comply with. Open your books. Stand up on the benches. Solve 5th sum of exercise 3. Category 7. Criticizing or justifying authority. When the teacher asks the pupils not to interrupt with foolish questions, then this behavior is included in this category. Teachers what and why also come under this category. 2. Pupil talk, 2 categories. Category 8. Pupil talk response. It includes the pupil's talk in response to teacher's talk. Teacher asks question, student gives answer to the question. Category 9. Pupil talk initiation. Times talk by pupils that they initiate. Times expressing own ideas, initiating a new topic, freedom to develop opinions and a line of thought like asking thoughtful questions, going beyond the existing structure. Category 10. Silence or pause or confusion. Pauses, short periods of silence and period of confusion in which communication cannot be understood by the observer. Procedure of observation encoding procedure. The observer sits in the classroom in the best position to hear and see the participants. At the end of every 3 seconds, he decides which category best represents the communication events just completed. Thus, the time involves encoding 1 tally for every 3 seconds is 20 tallies in 1 minute, 100 tallies in 5 minutes and 1200 tallies in 1 hour. In this process only the serial numbers of the categories are recorded. The serial number of that category is recorded on the data sheet by the observer. When the observation is over, the observer shifts to some other room and prepares the details based on those serial numbers of the categories. In this observation process, the writing of serial numbers of the categories is known as encoding. Writing details of behavior based on these categories is known as decoding. The observers should remember the serial numbers of these categories. Rules for observation, rules for recording or decoding. Flanders category method has many rules for observation without following which the observation is not possible. The observer must remember these rules. These rules help in maintaining consistency and making observations uniform. These rules are as follows. Rule 1. If more than one type of category occurs during a 3-second period, the observer should choose the category that is numerically farther from category 5, but not category 10. Suppose the observer is in doubt whether the category is 2 or 3, he should write 2 categories. Rule 2. The observer should not involve his personal viewpoint. Rule 3. if more than one category is active in a span of 3 seconds, and then all the categories should be recorded. If after 3 seconds, no category changes, then the same serial number should be repeated in the next 3 seconds. Rule 4. If the time period of silence exceeds 3 seconds, it should be recorded under the category number 10. Rule 5. When teacher calls a child by name, the observer is supposed to record a fourth category. Rule 6. When the teacher repeats the student's answer and the answer is a correct, that is recorded as a category number 2. This tells the student that he has the right answer and therefore functions as praise or encouragement. Rule 7. When a teacher listens to a pupil and accepts his ideas for a discussion, then this behavior belongs to category number 3. Rule 8. The words all is okay, yes, yeah, all right, etc. belong to the category number 2. Encouragement. Rule 9. If a teacher jokes without aiming at any pupil, this behavior belongs to the category number 2. But if he makes any joke aiming at some particular pupil, then it belongs to the category number 7. Rule 10. When all the pupils respond to a very small question collectively, then the serial number of category 8 is recorded. Constructing interaction matrix. After encoding or observation procedure of interaction, the coded behaviors are written in 10 times 10 tables. This 10 rows, x10 columns table is known as a matrix. The category numbers of the record sheet the tabulated in the matrix table. Each number is entered in the form of sequence pairs, being used twice, first as the first numbers and second as second number. The row of the matrix represents the first number and the columns the second number. For example, an observation recorded is 6, 10, 7, 5, 1, 4, 8, 4. Hence, the beginning and end of the coding should have the same number of the categories. It is the tradition of adding number 10 in the beginning and at the end. Hence, the above number will be written in this way: 10, 6, 10, 7, 5, 1, 4, 8, 4, 10. Sequence of the pair: 10, 6, 6, 10, 10, 7, 7, 5, 5, 1, 1, 4, 4, 8, 8, 4, 4, 10. While preparing matrices, one pair is marked at a time. The matrices have rows and columns. The first number of the pair represents row and second number of the pair represents column. For example, in the first pair, 10, 6, the number 10 represents row and the number 6 represents column. Every pair overlaps the other pair. Total tallies of the matrices n. In the matrices n1, i.e., one less number is marked. In the above example, n is equal to 10, n1, i.e., 9 numbers will be marked. Each matrix has 100 cells. Interpretation of interaction matrix. 1. Teacher talk ratio percentage of teacher talk, TT. The tallies of first 7 categories are added and divided by the total tallies of the matrices, n, and hence the percentage can be calculated. The formula is like this diagram. 2. Indirect teacher talk ratio, ITT. It indicates teacher actions in encouraging and supporting pupils' participation. Its percentage can be calculated by adding the tallies of the first 4 categories and dividing by the total tallies of the matrix, n. The formula is like this diagram. 3. Direct teacher talk ratio, DTT. It indicates the teacher actions restricting student participation. In this ratio, The tallies of 5th, 6th and 7th categories are added and divided by n to calculate the percentage. The formula is like this diagram. 4 pupils talk ratio percentage of pupil talk, PT. It indicates verbal activities of pupils in response to the teacher. In this ratio, the tallies of 8th and 9th categories are added and divided by n to calculate the percentage. The formula is like this diagram. 5 silence or confusion ratio, SC. The formula is like this diagram. 6 indirect and direct ratio, ID. The formula is like this diagram. 6 indirect and direct ratio, ID. Advantages of FIACS. 1. It is an effective tool instrument to measure the social-emotional climate in the classroom. 2. It is also used for in-service teachers. 3. It provides feedback to the pupil teachers. 4. It is an objective and reliable method for observation of classroom teaching. 5. It is mostly teacher talk oriented. 6. It is used to compare the behavior of teachers at different age levels, gender, subject, etc. 7. It is much useful in team teaching and micro-teaching. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel. We will meet in next video. Until then, bye-bye.